20 years of trying, 20 years of frustration. Dale Earnhardt will come to the caution flag to win the Daytona 500. Finally. Third-generation star Dale Earnhardt Jr. brings him to the flag. Checkered flag waving. It's over. It's Earnhardt.
Oh, yeah! He's going to do it. He's going to win the race and the NASCAR Sprint Cup Championship. California's Kevin Harvick does it.
You are the 2014 Sprint Cup champion.
The 24-year-old from Dawsonville, Georgia, is about to join his father, Austin Bill, in elite company. Chase Elliott is a NASCAR Cup Series champion.
Ah! Ring that sign, boys! Yes!
And the 1991 winner of the Daytona 500 is Ernie Irvan, the Morgan McClure Chevrolet.
Honk.
Morgan McClure Chevrolet. Honk.
Finally.
What's going on, boys? AJ, One Lug, Phil, PLS29, and joining us, Mr. Anderson.
Thanks for having me.
What's going on, buddy? Welcome to the show.
Appreciate it.
First time, long time, right?
Yeah. I listen. I watch.
Well, that's a good thing. Episode number 20. You ready for your number 20 driver history here?
I know a couple.
So
there's probably going to be a couple surprises, but
number 20 car, which is currently driven by Christopher Bell for Joe Gibbs Racing, back-to-back Joe Gibbs Racing weeks. In NASCAR Cup Series competition, the 20 cars started, as of this article, 1,344 races with 85 drivers and has 59 wins, 37 poles, 271 top fives, and 541 top tens. Most famously driven by Tony Stewart, the number 20 Home Depot, Pontiac, Chevrolet, then Toyota. Started 356 races in it from 99 to 08, had 33 wins, a couple championships. After Tony Stewart had departed to go to his own team in Stewart Haas Racing, it was taken over by sliced bread Joey Logano, who drove it 144 times and drove it to 2 wins.
I didn't mind Joey when he was in the 20 car.
I didn't mind him back then. Now I just think he's a whiner.
I didn't mind him barrel rolling on the backstretch of Dover.
Dover?
Yeah.
Following Joey's departure for Penske, Matt Kenseth took it over. Had 178 starts in it with 15 wins. I think that's almost the same, if not matching, what he did at Roush.
Best thing he ever did there.
Reckon Joey Logano. After Matt Kenseth, it was, of course, Eric Jones, who I don't believe did much of anything in that car.
I think he had 1 or 2 wins.
You know what? He did win the 2018 Coke Zero Sugar 400 at Daytona for his first win.
How long was he there for? Just 2 years?
Eric Jones was there from 2019 to 2020. He did win a Busch Clash with it as well. Yeah,
I just didn't think they gave him enough time.
Through 2020. And then it was taken over by now Christopher Bell, who easily is the best driver to start the year. Might be peaking too early.
And he's still got a long career ahead of him.
For sure. Some notable drivers to drive the number 20. Clyde Lynn started the 20 a total of 160 times from 1965 to 1971 with no wins. In 1973 to 1986, Rick Newsom started the number 20 a total of 73 times. Phil's favorite driver, Dick Rathman.
Wrath of Dick, dude. Look at him.
Started the number 20 a total of 65 times with 10 wins from 1951 to 1953. Dick drove in the AAA Championship Car Series in the 49-50 seasons with 4 starts, including the 1950 Indianapolis 500. Finished in the top 10 once and 6th position at Milwaukee in 1950. In 1951, he moved to NASCAR, where he was very successful Grand National driver through 1955.
Think he drove with his dick?
Well, this article has a very funny paragraph with the way it starts. Dick sat on the pole for the 1958 Indianapolis 500. On the first lap, he and fellow front row starter Ed Elysian raced into turn 3 and started a chain reaction accident which involved 15 cars and cost the life of Pat O'Connor. With that accident, Rathman became the first Indy pole sitter to complete no laps. This feat has been only repeated twice in history, first by Roberto Guerrero and then by Scott Sharp.
What a dick.
Never heard of either of them, and that's probably why.
Rob Moroso. Fuck. Thanks for picking me up on that one.
You're welcome.
Raced the number 20 in 26 races from 1989 to 1990. Moroso made his debut in Winston Cup in 1988 at Charlotte with peak antifreeze sponsorship, finishing 14th in his debut. He would race one more time in 1988 and ran 2 races in 89 as a warm-up for the following season. Moroso declared he was running for Rookie of the Year in 1990 season with sponsorship from Crown Petroleum, driving the number 20 Oldsmobile for his father. The highlight of the season was a 9th place finish in the Pepsi Firecracker 400 Daytona. On September 30th, 1990, Moroso was killed in an automobile crash near Mooresville, North Carolina, only hours after finishing 21st in the Holly Farms 400 at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Traveling at an estimated 75 miles per hour, Moroso lost control of his vehicle in a curve with a 35 mile per hour posted speed limit. The resulting collision killed both Moroso and Tammy Williams, the driver of the vehicle in the opposite lane. Investigations revealed that he had been driving under the influence of alcohol. His blood alcohol level was 0.22 over twice the then legal limit of 0.10. He also had been convicted of speeding 4 times. Judges could have revoked his license at least twice, but the charges were reduced. Moroso earned enough points after completing just 25 of 29 races that he was posthumously awarded the Ray Bessis Rookie of the Year award in 1990.
They say he was going to be like a competitor with Jeff Gordon. Like he was going to be something big.
He looks like he'd be right up there with Jeff Gordon.
His dad is Moroso Race Parts. Like they make oil pans, they make a bunch of stuff.
I feel like I know the logo. Like I feel like I've seen that.
Literally, it's a black and white Moroso. You probably see it on Cup cars. Like I think they're on the Cup car.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at a picture of the car and I see the logo. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
A couple other guys here. Maybe you've heard of them. Not this one. Jack Anderson piloted.
That's my grandpa.
Piloted. Jack Anderson piloted the number 20 and 25 starts from 1963 to 1965. Bobby Hillin Jr. had 11 starts. Buddy Baker, 7 starts. Marvin Panch, 6 starts. Joe Ruttman, 6 starts. Tiny Lund, 5 starts. Elmo Langley, 3 starts. And Greg Sachs, 6 starts.
Oh, Grandpa Jack.
Remember Jack Anderson? Did you watch the Dale Jr. download with Bobby Hillin?
I did not.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. You should check it out. He's like Bobby Allison's son-in-law or something. Like he's related to them somehow. So they had like matching cars back in the day.
Why does Bobby Hillin remind me of like a guy that hardly made the races? Like I was always on the did not qualify list.
Towards the end of his career, he was.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
He drove that 90 Heilig Myers car that Dick Trickle ran all the time. It was like a top 15, top 20 car all the time back in the 90s.
Okay.
He got punched in the face by Kyle Petty one time.
It was Kyle Petty's highlight of his career.
He was like, what the hell, man? Like he had his hands up. Like, what are you hitting me for?
How do you think it feels to be punched with a man with a ponytail?
I don't know.
Can't be the greatest feeling.
What about a man with a mullet?
Ooh. Hey, man, the mullet's just here for parties, not for fights. It'll whip an ass if it's got to, though.
That ponytail was the style back then, though. Like 70s.
But even then though, remember when he didn't even wear it in a ponytail, dude? It was just a like bushy old afro behind his head.
Oh, he disappeared.
I ducked down for a minute, dude. I was
Just looking at Riley Herbst. I'm like, fuck.
hiding.
Brandon, you say that like you had a ponytail at one point. Now I've offended you.
No, I did have a rat tail when I was up till 2nd grade because my dad had long hair, so I had the little rat tail, but I cut it off in 2nd grade, and ever since then I've been short hair.
I think the rat tail is more respectable than the ponytail.
Yeah, for sure, but not now.
Not now. No, not now.
Dude, back in the 90s, bro, everybody had a rat tail.
Fuck yeah. Star Wars, I feel like, made that famous.
See, I've never seen Star Wars, so I wouldn't know that that's where that came from.
I've seen enough of it to know that. I think there's only one Star Wars movie I've ever actually like sat and watched from start to finish, and it was 3. It was the only one.
Not one for me.
None.
But I mean, I can't get into the Harry Potter shit though.
I haven't seen that or Lord of the Rings or any of those.
Lord of the Rings feels like a 4-hour movie that really could have been solved in like 45 minutes.
That's it's a lot of them long movies like that.
I mean, like
Harry
Titanic.
Potter.
Titanic was like a 4-hour movie, and that again, it could have been solved in 2 hours.
But Titanic was good.
It was a good movie, but I'm just saying, we all know the result. Fucking get to it already.
The boat sinks, we're done.
I'll never let go.
If you ever watch that movie in reverse, it's about a magical boat that saves lives.
No shit. That people come into from life rafts?
Yeah. Everyone's hurting to get on that boat. Oh man. So Phil, I mean, anything happened this weekend that was anything other than the cup race?
He was home alone.
I didn't even see any penalties come up for this week, other than like, you know, the obvious, the Briscoe, the Kyle Busch for the loose wheel.
Dude, that was insane how many loose wheels.
All I could hear was Darrell Waltrip in my ears.
Picked a fine time to leave me, loose wheel. How do you feel about the Christopher Bell situation?
The pitting in another person's box.
Yeah, how do you? I mean,
it's fair game.
NASCAR said they're not going to change the rule on it. I mean, he got a penalty for it. It's not like he gained position by doing it.
The penalty for pitting outside your box is better than the penalty for losing a wheel. On top of that, I would much rather a guy come into somebody else's pit stall and tighten the wheel up than that wheel come flying off at about 170 miles an hour and fly into the grandstands and probably kill somebody.
So here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
But like they made a point of it on like door bumper clear. So crew chiefs are all talking together on like a text chat. So he had enough time to text that to that crew so they knew to tighten that lug nut on that car. But like door bumper clear, Tommy Baldwin brought up a good point. Like, what if you're a single car team? Like, that kind of fucks you. Because I mean, you can't.
Like, you're probably getting help from another team, anyways. Like the pit crew that you got is lent from Penske or whatever. So that's where you'd have to make a deal if that comes into play. You gotta help me pit this car if ever run into that situation.
Yeah, you gotta have plans ahead of time.
How does that become a problem? I mean, here's the thing. If obviously the other team that you're coming to has to know, like, hey, we're coming into pit. I don't know. There's no way that text message or whatever happened is quick enough that it relayed.
You think it would be quicker to someone else on the radio? It's got a radio to all teams. That's say, hey, this is what you're doing.
That's what it's got to be. But how does this hurt another team if all they're doing is pulling an air hose over the wall and just tightening the lug down?
I mean, it doesn't hurt anybody because, I mean, no matter what, they're getting penalized.
As long as it's not like, for instance, Phil at Homestead last year, standing in Ty Gibbs' air hose. I mean, that would have been a fucking problem then.
About ended up on fucking pit road. Sir, you're standing in the fucking arrows. My bad, dog. My bad.
Obviously, that was probably the turning point of Ty Gibbs' career because
No,
he ain't had a solid finish since.
He had already fucking wrecked by that point, dude. He had already put himself in the fence.
And you know, if that happened to Barry can pull in the 2, the 22, or the 12's pit. And even if it's not radioed, they can run up to him and ask him what needs to be done, and they're going to tighten that lug nut for him.
But how often do they catch it that quick? Like, that's the thing. Like, most of the guys you don't. Like Kyle said, he thought he might have had a wheel loose, and then it broke.
I like it. I think it should be fair game without penalty. If you catch it and you're able to pull in someone's pit stop in the pit box, and they're willing to tighten the lug nut for you or whatever, then
I mean, if you have time to get in there, like, that's the thing. Like, he had to make an evasive maneuver, slam the brakes on and get over real quick to be able to get in that box.
The way I imagine it is you probably, especially on the Cup car, you probably know almost immediately if you have a loose wheel or not. Like the minute you pull out of pit road, because as opposed to 5 lug nuts where you could drive it, you just have a vibration on it.
Who made the call? The crew chief made the call to Christopher Bell to pit, or Christopher Bell made the call because he felt it?
I thought he said he felt like he had a loose wheel as he left the pit.
No, the crew chief yelled at him and told him that they didn't get the
I want to
wheel
see if I
tight.
can find it.
Yeah, see if you can find it. Because I thought it was that they told him he had a loose wheel and he had to find somewhere to stop.
I mean, the rear, wherever tire changer was putting it on, could have relayed too. Like, shit, I didn't get that tight. He pulled off.
AJ's looking it up.
I feel like it had to be on there. It was Adam Stevens. I mean, from what this thing shows, I'll share it here. They shouldn't be pissed about it.
What are they gonna do?
What are they gonna do? Fire us?
Yeah, this is our fucking show.
This is our fucking show. All right.
Stop at somebody's box. Stop at somebody's box. Tighten up the left side. Tighten up the left side.
Adam Stevens is crew chief.
I mean, you think about it. By the time they jack the car back up and tighten the lug, he's already lost enough positions. Like, he's already pretty much given himself a penalty.
So would that not? I mean, maybe even like the crew. Was this the one where Bell left at the drop of the jack and the crew was like still doing this in the pit stall?
Yeah,
that's how they knew they had a loose wheel.
Mm-hmm.
They knew it as soon as they.
Go back a couple seconds right before that. Does it show it or does it just start with that?
No, it doesn't show it.
42. He needs to stop at somebody's box. Stop at somebody's box. Tighten up
Well, the dude was on the
One
ground.
guy was on the ground too. Yeah.
Yeah.
42. He needs to stop at somebody's.
The guy was trying to tighten
He was trying to get it tight.
Yep.
Exactly what happened.
Good for them though. That's a heads up move.
That's the way I look at it. I mean,
that's a 3-time race winner this year.
But like you said,
how many wins does Adam Stevens got? I mean,
a ton. When he was with Kyle Busch, and
that was when Kyle Busch lost everything. Is when they took Adam Stevens away from him.
Yep.
But
what else happened good this week?
Blaney's had about everything happen to him, but get hit by a meteor.
I'm going to give Blaney a nomination for the Big Junk of the Week award.
It's Cody Ware.
Are you going to show me Cody Ware's wreck? Because I never saw it. I tried to find
it. Cody Ware was Big Junk this weekend.
It's probably why fucking Tommy Baldwin was so pissed off on Door Bumper Clear. So while he's looking that up, Brandon, how long have you been around racing? Long time.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up. My dad raced at Punta Gorda, Charlotte County Speedway, so I was 8, 9, running around there watching him. So 30 years. Did a little racing myself.
Damn, we old.
Damn, we old.
I love it though. There's There's no other feeling that you get like when you're behind the wheel of a race car. That's for sure.
Even like just being at the racetrack is a different feeling. Like
Yeah.
going to the NASCAR
Smelling
race
the
or something.
smells and feeling the feels.
Yeah. Yeah, I told AJ last year, like you get there and like just get out of the car and it smells like racing. Like
Yes. So anybody that's never been to a race and just watched it on TV and they judge it off that, take yourself to one and you probably have a different look. I took Jen, she went to a NASCAR race, you know, and she don't love it, but she's, you know, into it. I guess 2 now. She's been to 2.
yeah, you went to Indy Road Course, right?
And then we went to Kentucky back when my dad had that little connection with JD Motorsports when Ross and Landon Castle was running those red Flex Seal cars.
Yep.
And I got to go to Kentucky and I went to Indy once with my dad through that too.
All right, I have found some slow-mos of it, and I'll max the screen here.
Pit box.
Yeah, so there's
That's
two.
tough.
There's 2 ways that can work. The 54 waiting for the 77, and a lot of times this is why we're under caution here with Cody Ware. But
All right, I'll give that big chunk.
Well, you ain't seen it yet.
Back and forth when they're pitted next to each
Watch
other.
this car
like
when
that.
it comes back.
And they'll say, "Hey, we're going to do 2," and a lot of times they'll tell the car that's coming into the pit stall that we need to wait. We're just going to do 2 tires.
That's
Or
big junk.
The guy that's only putting on 2 tires has to know. And should be.
Oh, look
looking
at the
in
left
his mirror
front
to know
just
that
ripped
car is
off.
coming around, and you got to wait. You can't
Wow.
just gas it up and drive into the side.
How about this camera work?
Slow-mo doesn't do it justice. He hit that wall a fuck ton.
Yeah, when
Dude,
this
love
left
that
front tire
Evil
starts
Knievel
flopping
car
around
though.
right
That's for Cody Ware. That's a badass car.
Stuff
That
flying.
upright's not attached to much anymore.
Thing's doing a dancing
Andy
dance.
Mitchell, Mike Drano, Steve Sajak.
He was
all
trying to
of our
have a loose
guys.
wheel. He just had a complete a loose tie rod. What do they got up there? Toe lengths?
Toe lengths. Don't they run tethers on the wheels now?
I think they do, but it's
That's probably all that was holding that wheel on was a tether. More
you
than likely.
spin me right.
Well, no, they can't. Well, I mean, they can't really run wheel tethers if these guys are all losing wheels.
Yeah, that's true too. But I mean, weren't the tethers designed to keep
suspension together?
Yeah. Yeah, so like if it broke from there, it would stay on the car.
Yeah.
It wouldn't just fling off.
Yeah, because how you going to tether the wheel when it spins? What an idiot.
That's a lack of oxygen, Phil.
Oxygen. Lack of the oxygen.
That's polluted. Denny Hamlin got himself sponsorship this week. Progressive Insurance, Flow coming onto the car.
Oh, really? I haven't seen that.
That should be.
Really? You haven't?
No, I did not see that either. I missed that.
I feel like I'm being fucked with, but I'm just going to show you that anyway.
No, I really haven't seen it. Oh, I see it now. Good looking car, too.
We'll post that here.
Just big old P.
All right.
It kind of looks like Chase's prime scheme.
It does.
Some Flow and Hamlin commercials or what?
Maybe we'll see Flo this weekend, dude.
I
I'll get Flo's autograph.
I like Denny having one main sponsor again.
Yeah, it's a pretty sharp look, and that sports clip in the white is pretty clean.
Having that revolving door of primary sponsors he's had to start the season has just been odd. I'm glad he's finally got like something that's his. It looks like a Hamlin sponsor, if that makes sense.
But in all actuality, though, that's what the sport's coming to. I think it's not about a primary scheme anymore. These guys have one scheme for, 8 to 10 races at most, and then they run other shit. Like, I mean, Reddick is an exception where he's sponsored by Jordan and he runs all sorts of different Jordan like designs.
Well,
but
Reddick runs a lot of Monster.
Yeah.
He does some Columbia.
Herbst and Gibbs run the Monster cars.
Herbst and Gibbs only run the freaking Monster cars, I swear.
Kyle Larson will forever run that fucking same scheme over and over with Hendrick cars on it.
While we're talking about that, let's get into the freaking truck race for Friday night, where they have 3 freaking paint schemes that are all the same, bro.
I think that was on the Spire Twitter account. I'll pull that up.
It said, sorry to our sponsor.
Dude, and there's no difference in them. Like, the numbers are the same. Like, at least make the numbers all a different color or something. Make one yellow, make one red, make one white, so that they at least look different.
Look at that.
No, we're gonna make them all identical.
And dude, that 77's close too to be in the same scheme.
And all have 7s in them.
Rumor is they're trying to buy the 07 in Cup too, and they're gonna have a 4th car.
Corey Heim.
I don't see it. I see Corey Heim staying Toyota.
He
already just signed. Didn't he just sign a deal with Joe
He signed that deal with 2311, I believe.
2311, yeah.
But I can totally see if they were like, listen, man, we don't have a ride for you next year. He's like, all right, if I find a team at this point, I'm going to that team. You know, I'll pay back whatever, or, you know, you guys don't worry about paying me out the rest of this. I'm going to find another team.
Yeah, I mean, I see it. You see it a lot in the sport now.
I'm telling you right now, if Zilich doesn't get called up to Trackhouse next year, he will find another team to go run for.
I don't think so.
I don't know that either. I think he's going to be pretty loyal to Marks.
They better bring him up next year. They have to.
I don't know.
I think 2 years in Xfinity is good for him.
While I agree.
Let's see how he does this year. I mean, he's on a hot start. Like, he's turning heads at tracks that, you know, he shouldn't be turning heads at. But
did you see that comment?
No, I didn't.
How the end of the season.
Oh, it's the Spider-Man one?
No, the one below it. Fuck you, Telcel.
Telcel messing it up. God, it's just, oh, man. I wish they'd come up with a different scheme design for that. We could sit here and talk about paint schemes all freaking show.
Have we hinted on the return of Casey Mears, who's allowed to come back after not being in a car for how long, but Mike Wallace isn't?
Listen, dude, Mike Wallace posted on his Facebook page today that he's happy to see the subtle support of President Trump on Josh Berry's hat from the Dale Jr. download. He was wearing a 47 brand hat, and he thought the 47 was in recognition of Trump. So come on now. I kind of understand it a little bit. Old boy might not be all there anymore.
47 brand. That's who we're going to Homestead with.
That is. Then I get to add another one of those back there. Where you see the lanyards at.
I had a nice green 47 hat on before, but didn't realize the green would blend in with the green screen. And it don't work that way.
I'm waiting on the 47 hat to come in, but it's stuck in Dahlonega, Georgia.
Dahlonega!
Fucking love that place, man.
Never been there.
It's a good place. It's a good place if they would send me my shit.
So let's run through the finishing order from last week.
Josh Berry, first win, man.
Josh Berry,
that's
first
awesome.
win. And not like handed
not like
to him.
lucky
like
into.
He earned the hell out of that thing.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't have been mad at Suarez winning in all actuality, just because it was somebody different. It was good to see a couple different people up front battling for the win.
I don't know. Priest would have been nice to be up there instead of Suarez.
I agree. As you have the Trackhouse banner up.
Definitely. Yeah, but that's not for Suarez. I'd like to see him be replaced.
He's in the same boat as I am. Like, he likes Zilich, SVG, Ross.
Yeah.
But Suarez just doesn't do it for me. He hasn't impressed me. He hasn't impressed me in anything he's done.
I don't know. That Xfinity year was pretty impressive. Got a championship.
He had a good truck season.
In Joe Gibbs equipment, though. I mean,
I think
that was one of the
driver, though. I think he should have just stayed there. The Carl Edwards deal forced him. They had to. Joe Gibbs had no hand to play but to bring him up, and now we see where he's been. I mean, he's gone through Haas,
And what's he done at any of them? A win here, a win there.
Did he win at Haas?
He did not win at Haas.
I don't think he won at Haas. He just got the 2 wins at Trackhouse, the road course, and
he ran decent at Haas a couple times, but he never won.
Oh, Cole Custer won at Haas.
Who?
There you go. I say again, Phil, I saw a Cole Custer fan out in the wild the other day.
No, you didn't. It's bullshit.
I swear to God.
That guy probably found
sure
that
it wasn't
shirt.
an old Kurt Busch hat or something.
Nope. It was for sure Cole Custer. And when we're at Homestead, I'll show you the exact hat because they were just debuted this year.
That guy probably bought that at Goodwill.
Someone came
He just looks like a downy, man. He just looks like.
I just can't. I don't know what it is. Like, one, he's not a very good driver, in all honesty. But, like, I just can't get behind him.
Again, I think Xfinity think he's.
Oh, he killed it when he just went back down there.
He just stays in Xfinity because I just feel like you're not going to tell me he hasn't gotten ride opportunities.
He was with Penske back in the day.
Yeah, and he also drove the 51 for a while too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean, that car wasn't shit back then. But when he was with Penske, I mean, he had opportunities. He drove for Hendrick as a relief driver for Jimmy. Just remember he wrecked everybody on pit road, caused that like 20 car pileup on pit road at Indy.
Yeah, I just feel some drivers are meant to drive. Yeah, some are meant to race Xfinity, and some make it to Cup and stay there and belong there.
I mean, look at Hornaday. Look at Skinner. I mean, there's tons of those guys. Sorry to mention his name, but Randy LaJoy, because, Corey LaJoy can't go down and run the Xfinity series in front of 12 fans because he's too good for that. But that's where his dad made his freaking money at. I don't understand that. Like, people were like, what the hell is that comment?
He said that?
Yeah. Yeah, he said he's better than he'll either run for he'd rather run part-time in Cup than go down to Xfinity and or trucks and drive in front of 12 fans. I was like, that's fucked up.
Speaking of trucks, Tyler Ankrum ripped his crew a new one.
Oh my God, dude, I would not show up. I would wait for him to come into pit road and let him sit there and suffer through that pit spot until they fired me on the spot if you talked about me that way.
Is there audio?
Yes, there is. I will play that. I'll play that momentarily.
It'd be like the O-line in football, right? Talking shit about the quarterback or whatever, or
quarterback talking shit about the O-line.
And then they just let him, get sacked a couple times.
Yeah.
Before we went on tonight to record. Oh, yeah. Previously recorded. It's Wednesday night. I saw that rows 1 through 10 was live in their studio, so I popped into there real quick, and they were just talking about it, and I said it there. There's a certain status you have to have in NASCAR in order to be able to rip your crew. Truex used to rip his crew. Kyle Busch rips his crew. Harvick did it numerous times. Notice something there. 3 Hall of Famers, 3 champions.
Who the fuck is Tyler Ankrum?
Who the fuck is Tyler Ankrum is right. You're not at that level yet, bud. You're just not there to where you can rip your crew like that. And if I'm on that crew, that truck comes into pit road, I'm gonna leave a couple lugs loose. I think.
In all actuality, he's another one of those guys that he's bounced from team to team to team to team and hasn't done shit.
Yeah, a couple years in the trucks, right? He left the trucks.
No, he used to. I mean, he won a couple races here and there, but for the most part, it's like
super fast truck. Just we screwed up in the engineering department. We showed up to the racetrack with completely set of wrong speeds and lights and numbers, and nothing right was on the dash. So that was why we were so terrible on pit road, and that was why we lost 8 positions on pit road. And that was why we ended up where we were. So it sucks. We had the truck to win. I took a wrecked truck, took it to the top 10 again. So yeah, no, it's embarrassing, man. You know, you can't expect to show up and win these races when you show up like that. So we're going to move on to wherever we go next, Homestead, and hopefully we're better because at this point in time, I don't know. It's every other race.
Can you do anything or say anything that will change what you bring to the racetrack?
Yeah, a lot. None of it's pretty. This is just crazy. I mean, I've never had mechanical issues like this or electrical issues like this ever in my life, and we found a way to hit all of them. So I don't know where we go from here.
From her.
He didn't rip the pit crew. He ripped the engineers.
Ripped the engineering department. Yeah. Yeah,
but here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. He's driving for McAnally Hilgeman, which, I mean, he's not wrong. None of their drivers are doing anything. Hemrick hasn't done shit. I mean, Hemrick ain't a driver neither, though.
God, I like this version of Phil tonight. Just ripping everybody.
Dude, I don't care.
I mean, Hemrick was able to stick around for a little bit. I mean,
but what did he do?
Nothing. But I mean,
he didn't do jack shit. According to
Phil. He didn't. I mean, what did he do? Win an Xfinity race here and there?
But wasn't he top 4?
No, he didn't. Oh no, he did win an Xfinity race. He won that last race. His first win was the last race to win in the championship.
Yeah, he made it to the top 4 though, right?
True.
So
that's what Sheldon Creed's going to do this year, just to shit on me.
So did Joey Logano last year. Look where that ended up.
Joey's a
dude. Watch what you say about Joey. Those fans will come rip you a new one on Twitter.
Like Ross, because Ross made it to the top 4, and
I mean,
really,
they got to rip you a new one. Like, what's his name's one fan that ripped you a new one last week?
Oh, who the fuck? I don't even
Dean
remember.
Thompson.
Dean Thompson. Fuck.
Dean Thompson's
got one fan that defends him on Twitter to no end.
They ripped AJ a new one.
And Alex Bowman fans too got on my ass last week as well.
That's another one. Ain't done shit.
He's got a couple wins, Phil.
Yeah, well.
How many of those has he actually won the race?
Juan Pablo won a couple races too, but just saying.
Juan Pablo did win a couple races.
He did.
Also hit a jet dryer.
That's a first, dude. I mean, you can say he's the only one to do that.
It's the only one to ever do it.
I don't know who I was talked to or watched, but the conspiracy about that, if it was Dave Blaney, was it you?
It was me last week.
Yeah, it was. About jet dryer and Dave Blaney winning.
They didn't want Dave Blaney to win. That's why they cleaned that fucking track up.
Yeah, we were talking about that last week when we were going to do the show, and then we decided not to, and me and AJ sat here for 3 hours looking at paint schemes.
It's a good time.
So results from last week, we said Josh Berry, Suarez, Priest, Byron, Chastain, Cindric, Bowman, Dinger had a good run in 8th. Larson, Elliott, Keselowski, Bell.
And something broke on AJ's car too. I seen the diffuser. It said, I think after the race, it said no diffuser, still no problem or something. Top 10.
Oh, no shit. That's big on those. And then you had Busher, Haley, Logano in 15th, McDowell, Briscoe, Stenhouse, Herbst, John Hunter Nemechek, Ty Dillon, Ty Gibbs, Zane Smith, Reddick, Hamlin, Cole Custer, Eric Jones, Bubba Wallace, Todd Gilliland, Carson Hocevar, Gregson, Dillon, Bush, SVG, Blaney, and Ware.
Where is he?
Dead last. Hey, he made it 186 laps before he junked it.
Yippee.
That's AJ's favorite driver, Cody Ware.
Hate Cody Ware. And it's not like I wasn't vindicated with his legal issues.
It's
Big entry.
though, that whole list though of drivers, he's the only one on that list that you would absolutely look at and be like, he's not winning a race. But everybody else on that list, if they won, you'd be like, okay, I can see it.
100%.
I don't know. I don't see Riley Herbst winning.
I do.
But I wouldn't be like, he's not a ride around Cody Ware. Like, I get it. Like, I would count on him winning, but if he did win, I wouldn't be like, holy
Listen,
shit,
at the beginning of the season,
we'd all be like, what the fuck just happened?
At the beginning of the season, if you told me Josh Berry was going to win in that 21 car, I would have told you you're lying to me.
Same. I thought he sold himself short from going there.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was going to be like a good top 10 car, but winning this quick in the season, no way. And the way he did it, it's not like he did it as a short track or a super speedway. I mean, he earned that on a mile and a half.
You think Ty Gibbs is going to win?
He's got some tracks.
So. I thought so. I thought his rookie year, he was pretty decent. He was running strong.
But how many races in a row is this without a top 20? Is this 13, 14 races in a row?
Oh, yeah. He sucked at the end of last year. You would be thinking that he'd be getting the best equipment out of everybody.
Do you know why people aren't calling for his job though? Because his name's on the side of the freaking building. Mm-hmm. It'll never happen.
He's still super young.
He is. He is still super young. And I think his crew chief situation is what is really killing him, but that's beside the point.
Ooh, truck race could be good on Friday night. You got Ross Chastain and Kyle Larson.
I'm telling you, if I got
for Nice.
Ross is for Nice, the 44.
If I got to sit through a Kyle Larson sweep, I'm gonna be pissed.
And what Larson's in what the
07.
07?
He's in one of the Hendrick cars. One of the four that are on track.
Oh, the other one's Corey Day. I think Corey Day is going to be pretty good.
Corey Day is a bright rising star.
Brandon Jones driving for Tricon Garage. Talk about another driver that ain't worth a shit.
Space there at Gibbs again.
Someone said Brandon Jones. Someone said to me Brandon Jones should be good, and I said, "Well, fuck, I hope so." With all the sponsors he's got.
Yeah, I don't know what Menard's seen in him.
He's got to have someone related to him that works there or something like that that gets that sponsorship. There ain't no way.
I can't remember why, but and he's running the 17 in the Xfinity race.
Who is?
Larson.
Is he? He's running triple?
Yeah, he's doing the triple.
Like I said, if I got to sit through a Larson sweep, I'm going to be a little upset.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
If I have to sit through a Larson win on Sunday, I'll be a little upset.
I'd still go to Victory Lane.
I'd still would too, but it did piss me off a little bit.
We take Victor to Victory Lane.
It'd be the last time we ever get garage passes.
Remember, Victor, you got to behave.
Larson, you hear me? I can hear it now.
Xfinity news, my buddy Patrick Starpoli going to make his Xfinity debut at Martinsville.
We just watched him race ARCA the other night.
Yeah, so he actually drove for me down here in my pro truck after I broke my legs. Charity 200. I knew I wouldn't be able to make it 200 laps, and they wanted to find a ride for him. So I was like, hell yeah, come on. So we called him. He came, worked on the truck for like a week, and then went out and got junked on like lap 60.
It's probably about 58 laps longer than you would have ran.
I was pretty decent in the trucks.
I'm just referring to you getting mad at somebody.
No.
And doing what you
I
gotta do.
I ran a 100 lapper at Auburndale and only lost a fender.
You want to talk about iRacing last night, Phil?
No.
No.
You want to talk about iRacing today, though?
I beat Grant Enfinger.
You did beat Grant Enfinger. We were racing with Sammy Smith.
I stepped on it.
But side note, did you guys see the Morgan Freeman, Bubba Wallace,
yes,
cringe video?
The one where he's like talking shit to Austin Cindric?
Yeah, don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
Yeah.
I'm off, but I don't know. I thought it was kind of.
Don't touch me.
I thought the command was good. It's the only way Morgan Freeman could ever do it.
Has anybody seen Jeremy Clemens' car for this weekend?
Is it the camo one?
No, let me see if I
He's
can find
got
it.
good ones though.
Brandon will get a good laugh at this one. This is my kind of paint scheme right here.
Kid-friendly show, right?
No.
Just,
oh, they don't have it on here yet.
I say don't say nothing at all.
Pull it up on Twitter. I'm sure Twitter's got it.
You can see part of it. Hold on. Share screen.
We're very prepared on this episode.
Dude, we're just sitting here talking shit. Dude, look, it's got hot dogs down the side of it.
Little glizzy. The glizzy mobile.
For Martinsville.
I think. Or I did see it, and I'm pretty sure you sent it to me already.
I might have.
Racing Warehouse on the fender, too? Around the corner?
Is that for this week, or that's for Martinsville, isn't it?
That's for Martinsville, yeah.
Yeah. Is that the Martinsville hot dog stand in the center?
Must be. No, it's Kevin Whitaker Chevrolet. It's the sponsor.
No, but the logo is in the style of the Martinsville
Must be
sign.
He always has good paint schemes.
You want to know something I found interesting the other day here? Last year, Homestead was the weekend before Martinsville at the end of the season. Now it's that way this year, just in the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
They got to plan it out that way. Like certain tracks that are moving on the schedule have to remain in like the same area.
Dude, with the weather, perfect.
Dude, 82-degree high, partly cloudy. You can't complain about that.
We sweated our balls off last year in October.
We did. Dude, it was a hot one for the 500 up until nightfall.
Hey, are you a Bill Elliott fan too? Or was Bill Elliott you?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Just Chase?
Just Chase. I was junior before and Gordon before that.
Because I got both their autographs on a hero card, Chase and Bill's.
That's got to be worth some coin, you'd think.
I don't know. I got it. It was the year he did that 5 races or whatever before his rookie year in the 25 car.
Yeah.
I got it. I met him at Indy.
Last
graph and seen Bill walk in, and Bill signed it too.
Coolest feeling, man, is when we rolled into Homestead last year and we're walking through the tunnel and Richard Petty comes driving by on a golf cart. And you're just like, what the fuck? Where the hell am I?
Yeah, that's got to be a present. I seen the old mustache too. Old Mike
Kelton.
Yeah,
that's a cool one.
But
that's one I'd like to meet.
AJ the whole time, Phil, we're not supposed to be here. We're not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be here.
Nobody's stopping me.
Nobody will question you.
We had VIP passes. Like, we can go wherever we want. They're not going to stop us. Like, if we get
Mike's
stopped,
good at that stuff too, though.
Yeah,
he just
like
you're there to be there.
Well, AJ's like, Phil, we can go down there, and I'm like, no, we can't. And then he's like, come on, other people are going down there. I was like, yeah, fuck it, let's go. And we walked down there, and we were standing right there, and I was like, AJ, this is the best place to meet people. And he's like, why? I said, this is the last bathroom before they get in the car. No bullshit. They all walk by, dude.
So we're like, hey, man, picture.
I go in to take a piss, and who was walking out? I think it was Christopher Bell was walking out. Him and Larson, I about knocked him over.
And then you almost ended up on pit road.
And I almost ended up on pit road because of Ty Gibbs.
Yeah, that was cool when I got did that thing with JD Motorsports. Same thing. I got to walk down like pit road, middle of it. It's pretty cool.
It's a rush, man. It's a rush.
Being
like
right there
you're
when
in
they're
the
doing
shit.
pit stops.
Sit up on the pit box behind the crew chief.
That would be an experience. That's the next thing I want to experience.
Granted, it was for Ross when he was running that 4 car, so it was like wasn't the same, right? But still pretty cool.
I'm gonna go find Alan Gustin this weekend and be like, hey man, take the week off. I got this. It can't be any fucking worse.
But it does.
You be the crew chief, I'll be the engineer, dude. We'll see where we go.
You'll be the engineer.
Engineer.
We can get it, son.
Brandon holding the pit sign.
Victor could be the spotter. God
damn it, Chase looks like a monkey fucking a football out here. You see us on top of the pit box.
So, did I ever tell you my Josh Berry story?
No, I don't think so.
So, when I won the contest in 2014 to go to Homestead with Armor to try to win that deal, Josh Berry, I want to say it was his first career Xfinity start. He was driving the Ragu car for Junior. So we were sitting up on the pit box, and I had the scanner and everything, and I was listening to him, and his crew chief had gotten up under a yellow and went to take a piss, and he's like, hey, man, hey, and he's talking to him, and he kept calling him, and it was Felipe Lopez, and he's like, Felipe, hey, can you hear me? Somebody's like, hold on, he'll be right back. And he came back, and he's like, hey, man, I have my hands full. And he turns around and looks at me and laughs. He's like, I was taking a piss. But, like, Josh Berry was cool. We met Josh Berry. He was like, I mean, I want to say that was his first career start. I'll have to look it up.
You actually gave me a great segue into our next thing here, and that's picks. Last week, I picked Austin Cindric. You picked Kyle Busch.
We suck again.
That's 4 in a row. And my sleeper, even though I didn't say it on the show, I texted Phil right before the race. And who did I say, Phil?
I don't remember.
I said Josh Berry. At 11:45 a.m., I said Josh Berry is my sleeper. That's got to be worth something, right?
I think we said sleeper was 2 points.
Is sleeper 2 points?
I think that's what you and I agreed on, was 2 points for sleeper, 1 point for regular. I think we agreed on it that night when I was at your house, not in a message.
Which, well, then that gets me into Homestead here. Brandon, you're the guest on this show. So go ahead and give me your primary pick and then give me the sleeper. Sleeper is 2 career wins or less and or didn't make the playoffs last year.
Nobody out of the ordinary in the field besides JJ Yaley. Just want to point that out.
All right, I think my pick, I'm going to go Ryan Blaney. And sleeper, Noah Gregson.
That's a good pick. Noah's usually pretty good at Homestead.
Phil, what you got? I'll be nice and let you go first. You need it.
Give me Reddick for the win as my main.
That's a good pick. He's always strong at these tracks.
Won there in October. And I'm gonna go for a long shot on this one. I'm gonna go Todd Gilliland.
Ferraro's been showing some speed.
Gilliland's he's been looking strong, like not as strong as he had been last year, but I think a lot of it is like the start to the season's kind of shitty when you think about it. You can't judge anything off the first couple races of the year.
So you went heavy hitter with Reddick. So I'm going to take I'm going to take someone I wouldn't normally pick and just kind of hope it works out. Question is of who do I pick is the...
Cody Ware.
No, not happening.
You got to pick him at some point during the season.
I do have to pick him somewhere. It ain't going to be here. I don't think I've used him yet, so hang on here. I'm going to go Chase Briscoe as my main.
Good choice. Another guy that's got to have a rebound.
He's got to catch a break here soon.
That 19 team was always pretty good at Homestead.
Yeah.
No matter I can't see anywhere else I'd fucking use them. Personally, I just don't know anywhere else I'd be using them right now. And for my sleeper, for my sleeper, because he fits the criteria, Ty Gibbs.
Yeah.
I'll go Tyler Gibbs for my sleeper. Tyrone Gibbs, as Tristan calls him.
Is he Tyler? Is his real name Tyler?
I would imagine so. I don't know that for sure, but I'm looking that up now. Yeah, Tyler Randall Gibbs.
Randall.
He should have went by Randall.
Randall Gibbs.
Randy Gibbs.
Wow, I'm glad he went with Ty, though. It's better than Tyler Gibbs.
Ty in his pre-race interview last week looked like he was feeling the effects of his rollover the night before. I don't know if you saw that, but he was all over the place.
He's always all over the place.
All right, you want your fantasy rundown? Because I didn't do this last week. First place, Kyle Larson's iRacing account. Second, Man to Love. Third, Ruggs Motorsports. Tied for third, Dale's Mustache. Fifth, Ryan Schreck. We have a tie for sixth with yours truly and one Blue Weston. Eighth is Junior's Wild Bandits. Ninth is King J Hip Racing. 10th is Cole the Bowl 24. 11th is Jackhammer JT. 12th is Phil, Mr. Excitement. 13th is Door Bumper Not Clear, Brandon. 14th is Casual Chaos. 15th is Priscilla. 16th is Victor. Tied for 16th is Josh's Berries. And 18th is Old Tate.
Dude, go figure the guy who's leading.
Tate's at the bottom.
Tate's at the bottom. Tate actually scored 124 points last week. He scored more than you did, Brandon.
Noah and Austin Dillon going out got me 5 and 6 points each.
And imagine that, Josh's Berries with the lowest points last week at 110.
I had the win. I had Barry in last week. I think I had 4 in the top 15, but it wasn't worth shit, apparently.
I don't know. I thought I was going to do good last week, and I ended up not.
It's a long race season, and a lot of people are going to be running out of people to use. So
that's what I'm banking on.
The pick'ems this week are pretty good, though. Josh Berry versus Brad Keselowski. Tyler Reddick versus Kyle Larson. Hocevar versus Dinger, and Denny versus Blaney.
So I normally don't pick my drivers this early. I usually wait till qualifying or practicing qualifying,
and then readjust them. Like if but I picked this week people that I am not fans of, just doing a pick because I got to use them and it'll be good.
So I think this week That's tough. It's so tough to do it this early, man.
I'm not doing mine till after qualifying.
I'll give you mine, though, for right now. As of right now. I'm going to go. Sorry, I'm trying to get the screen up. I'm going to go Blaney, Bell, Reddick, Larson, Hamlin, Chase. Matchups, I'll go Barry, Reddick, Hocevar, Hamlin. That's if I had to pick right now. So this is all probably going to change before qualifying or after qualifying.
I think I'm going to give him 2 weeks in a row. I'm going to keep Josh Berry in this week.
I did have him in last week.
I'm going to go with Larson, Blaney, Hamlin, Berry, Gilliland. I'm going to swap Gilliland for Reddick.
It's not a bad choice.
So I'm going to go Larson, Blaney, Hamlin, Berry, Reddick. And I've got Christopher Bell in the garage.
So Ty Gibbs is only 3 races away from becoming the longest tenured at JGR Cup driver without a win.
Go figure.
Yeah, really.
JJ had 78 starts, no wins. Ty Gibbs currently at 36 or 76. Sorry.
Hot picks and avoids for this week in fantasy. Tyler Reddick won at Miami last year with a last lap pass, finished top 5 in 4 of 5 Miami starts.
Great victory lane celebration.
Great victory lane celebration. C. Bell, of course, has an 8.8 average finish at Miami, second best all-time to Harvick. I did not know that. Finished top 10 in 9 of the last 12 races on mile and a halves, including 2 wins. Finished top 10 in 3 of 5 Miami starts, including a win in 2023. Avoid Joey Logano, finished outside top 10 in 4 of the last 5 Miami races. Failed to lead in the next gen car at Miami. First defending champion without a top 10 finish through the first 5 races of a season. Best finish is 12th at Atlanta.
That's Joey?
Yeah.
Not my champion.
Not my champion. 9 starts at Miami with the best finish at 13th for Buescher. He's on the avoid as well. Only 2 top 10 finishes in the last 12 mile and a halves. Sleeper pick for this week. AJ Allmendinger finished top 10 in the last 3 races at Miami. Longest active streak. Finished top 10 in his last 3 starts in mile and a half track. So that might be somebody to throw in there as a sleeper pick this week, but I don't see it. They haven't been doing good this year.
Did he finish top 10 last week?
Who? Dinger?
Dinger?
At 8th.
Oh, good for Dinger. I know Phil went over it. I just apparently missed that one completely.
Pay attention.
Sorry. What do you think? You think that covers it?
I think that's about all we got.
You don't got any fun fact this week?
Give it to us, Phil. Give us a fun fact about Phyllis.
No, it's not about me.
Phyllis Winston.
He
Ellis.
does that the other hour of the show. I can hear the keyboard going. He doesn't have a fun fact yet. He's looking them up.
You Googling yourself?
No, I'm not Googling myself.
To find a fun fact?
The only guy to ever get banned from iRacing after coming off a pit road on the opening pace lap.
Fun fact, he used to drive an Escort back in high school.
I did. A white Ford Escort GT.
I can
Beat
see
the
you in a
shit
white
out of that car.
Ford.
I did. So, Homestead Miami Speedway was actually, the groundbreaking was August 24th, 1993, and the dedication date was November 3rd, 95, with the first race being the Jiffy Lube Miami 300, November 5th, 1995. That race won by?
Phil Elliott.
No.
Rusty Wallace.
Joe Nemechek. Nope, Dale Jarrett.
Ah, fuck. Another.
Let me see. Let me see if I can find the video of that, and we'll go off with that video.
All right, well, let's get this out of the way real quick. We already said it. So Big Junk is Cody Ware.
I'll agree with it.
And make sure you guys follow us and subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, follow us on X, and we are also on Instagram and TikTok now. All you got to do is search Clean Air Show and we're there. Did you get that video, Phil?
Yep, I'm getting it. Hold on.
Come on.
Okay. Present. Share screen.
You all have fun this weekend. We'll see you next weekend. Are we going to be live next weekend, Phil?
I don't know yet.
All right.
I gotta look at my schedule.
We're heading out on the first finish to the first Homestead Cup race. See ya.
See ya.
Phil, can you play the sound off this damn thing?
I don't know if it'll. I have the sound on.
You got to share the tab with audio.
All three of them just laying over like they're dead. Like
top three just junked it.
We'll just comment as it plays. We don't need the audio. Just go ahead.
So the three of them went in. It looks like you got Larry Pearson maybe comes in here, hits Hermie Sadler into Kenny Wallace. Dale Jarrett goes by, wins the race.
Busch Grand National, which is now Xfinity. I said Cup earlier.
That was a hard hit, though. I mean, look at the back of both of those cars. They're destroyed.
Destroyed.
Could have made it bigger, I guess.
Jesus. Kenny Walls, Red Dog.
Look at him.
He got out and stared at the wrong dude. The other guy was the guy that wrecked them all. But yeah, first ever race there. That was the finish to it.
Dale Jarrett.
Figured that would be a fun ending.
And then I guess we might as well play the normal outro video because we'll see him this weekend.
It's going to be loud as hell.
Yeah, it's going to be loud. Sorry, headphone users.